Super Mario Bros. Wonder introduced a ton of cool new game mechanics, but my favorite one by far are the badges you can equip. These 24 badges all produce different effects, from allowing you to jump higher to straight up turning invisible. The thing is, with that many badges, not all of them are equal, and some can be actually quite bad. Today, I'll be ranking all of the badges from the worst to the best. Here we go! The last few levels in Super Mario Wonder are quite difficult, but beating them all and receiving your final medal is totally worth it. Except it isn't. Your reward for beating the game is the Sound Off badge, which is a meme badge that replaces most in-game sounds with different ones that are just using people's voices. The best way to explain this badge is by making you listen to it. Like, sure, it is funny, I'm not gonna deny that, but in terms of usefulness, I think we can all agree that this is completely useless, especially considering it actually replaces a badge that could potentially help you out. This game contains a lot of coins. Heck, I beat the game without touching one a few weeks back, so I know there's already more than enough coins, which is why the coin reward badge is completely useless. With this badge equipped, you'll receive some yucky coins every time you jump on an enemy. But why would I want more coins? The game already gives me plenty, and I already have more than enough extra lives. This badge is not a reward, it's a curse. This is Mario, and you control him and his jolly friends through many levels, defeating enemies and bosses until you save the world. But hear me out. What if you couldn't actually see your character? That'd be cool, right? Well, rejoice, as the Invisibility badge is actually just that. You turn invisible, and the only way to see yourself is to look for these little dust clouds while running. I know it's mostly there to add more challenge to your playthrough, but I mean, in terms of usefulness, it doesn't really rank high. Shout out to the Ghost House level, which actually reveals you under those lights. That's pretty cool. And also, shout out to Castle Bowser, who can see you even while you're wearing the badge, because it's just that powerful. So, you know that Ninja party level where you have to jump to the rhythm of the music in order to proceed through the stage and collect some coins? Well, what if you could actually have this ability everywhere? This is what you get with the Rhythm Jump badge. A bunch of coins for jumping to the beat of the music. It's fun to play with, but it's actually not very useful. If you'd receive purple coins instead, I could see it being way more useful, but in its current state, it's just not that great. Man, I hate having to actually get close to the coins if I want to get them. It is so much work. Wait a minute, the coin magnet badge is just what I need. The name of this badge speaks for itself. You become a magnet, and coins are attracted to you if you move close to them. The idea isn't too bad, it's just that coins aren't the most useful things in the Flower Kingdom, so having more isn't a priority of mine. I do have to admit that they're great for collecting some purple coins in order to buy some standees, so at least this badge has that going for it. Each level in this game contains a few power-ups you can collect from hitting many different blocks, and most of the time, the power-up you obtain is the power-up that is designed to go with the level you play. But hear me out, what if you could actually always get one single power-up and know exactly what it is? Well, the All Elephant Power is that badge. Wearing it ensures that every single power-up you will get will be an elephant fruit. That's cool, I guess, especially for fans of elephants. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, so you're more of a bubble type of guy? Well, guess what? The All Bubble Power badge does exactly what the last one was doing, except it gives you a bubble suit power-up instead of an elephant. The rest pretty much remains unchanged. Hey, you know the drill by now. The All Drill power-up transforms every single power-up into the drill suit. Like, the only reason I rank this one higher is because I think the drill power-up is better than the previous two in a bunch of situations. But that's it really. The most useful power-up is, in my opinion, the Fire Flower. This staple of the Mario formula goes with everything. It allows you to defend yourself, which is pretty useful, as well as gives you an extra hit before you lose a life, which is why I think the All Firepower badge is the most useful one out of all those all blank power badges. But that was the last one, I promise, okay? Let's get back to more useful badges, shall we? I have all 6 medals in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and that means I had to get everything. Every Wonder Seed, every Wonder Flower, every top of the flagpole, I beat every single level, I got every secret exits, all of it. Thankfully, if you want to do that without having to look all over the place all the time, the Sensor badge is there to help you out. With this badge equipped, you will get notified every time you are close to something important, like a Wonder Flower. This badge is really helpful to get that 100% completion and get those green check marks. Sadly, once you beat the game, it becomes totally useless and doesn't do anything anymore, which is kind of a bummer. Sometimes some jumps are pretty tricky and you just wish you had a couple more blocks to help out. Well, the Add Block badge does exactly that. Every single stage will now feature a couple more blocks here and there, just to help out a bit. You don't really get to choose where to place those blocks or anything like you would in Super Mario Maker, but at least they're there. Personally, I don't think these blocks are actually needed, but they are quite helpful in a few difficult stages. So you know what, I kinda like this badge. What if Super Mario Bros. Wonder played like a Sonic game? Well, the Jet Run badge will provide you with that feeling, as from now on, you'll run super fast as soon as you tap the D-pad. All of this speed will allow you to actually run in midair for a bit before you fall down. You know, kinda like those old Saturday morning cartoons. Anyway, this badge is great to move fast, but since stopping becomes really difficult, it's not a badge that actually goes in every situation. Use this one at your own risks. Remember Spring Mario in Super Mario Galaxy? Well, here's the Spring Feet badge, which actually does something really similar. From now on, you no longer control your jumps, you just bounce over and over again. To be fair, you do jump a bit higher, which makes this badge a bit helpful, but still, you don't control when you jump, making everything a bit trickier. Thankfully, you don't bounce on walls like the Spring Mushroom did in Mario Galaxy, and that's a pretty good thing. Falling down a pit or touching lava is instant death in Mario games. Even a superstar will not save you from that. A thing that can help is a second chance, and this is why the Safety Bounce badge exists. With this badge equipped, a fatal mistake will be turned into a simple error that can be fixed. This badge is actually pretty helpful in World 6, as the levels feature so many lava all over the place. With only one safety bounce at a time, this badge doesn't make everything super easy, but it does help out quite a lot. Don't you just hate being tiny and losing a life in one single hit, only to start over as Small Mario again? Ugh. In Super Mario 3D Land, you always started a level as Tall Mario, which was so helpful. Well, Mario Wonder has a solution for you. The Auto Super Mushroom badge is just that. It automatically starts you off with a Super Mushroom, turning you into Tall Mario instantly. And most of the time, this is all that is needed to collect a second power-up and become stronger. This badge is really simple, but very effective. This next badge takes time getting used to, but once you master it, you'll be able to climb any walls without any issues. The Wall Climb Jump badge allows you to turn your classic wall jumps into vertical jumps, allowing you to reach higher platforms without any problems. Its use cases are very limited, but when you do need it, you're super happy to have it. So remember how my main gripe with the Jet Run badge was the fact that it was too hard to control, as you could no longer stop anytime you wanted? Well, here's a better version, the Fast Dash, a badge that makes you run a bit slower, sure, but it still makes you run super fast. And the best part is that you can control when you stop, you can change direction, you can move in midair, you can do anything you want. If you want to speedrun some levels, this badge is exactly what you need. Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out on October 20th, 2023. You know what other game came out that same day? Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5. But here's the thing, if you had to choose only one of those two games, you'd be dumb not to choose Mario, as it also includes a copy of Spider-Man. Don't believe me? Well, equip the Grappling Vine power-up, and now Mario has the same powers! All jokes aside, the Grapple Vine is super useful, because it allows you to grab onto any walls, blocks, and platforms, and will automatically get you close to it and will give you a little window to wall jump somewhere else. You can also use your grapple to do some one-sided wall jumps and climb any vertical surface, which is more than helpful. All in all, I just wish more levels were built with this power-up in mind, because I'd actually take an entire game featuring that mechanic. Mario's iconic triple jump, first introduced in Super Mario 64, and that was present in the entire new Super Mario series, is nowhere to be found in Wonder, which is a bit sad, until you learn about the timed high jump badge. With this one equipped, this iconic jump will be back to your move list, and it works exactly as it always did. Time your jumps well, and your second one will be way better. But here's the bonus, your high jump can be carried over if you keep timing it right while running. Now this is epic. But you know what? Doing all those front flips will probably make Mario puke at some point. Say what you want about the Dolphin Kick badge, but it is truly the GOAT for underwater levels. It is no surprise that I'm not a fan of the swimming mechanics in the 2D Mario games. Basically, you sink down like a rock forever until you push A, which then allows you to move up very slowly. Yeah, that's boring. But with this badge equipped, you now swim like a dolphin, being able to move in every direction at high speed. And since you're super fast now, you can also break brick blocks that are in your way. Sure, it is not useful out of the water, but as soon as a level contains water, you'll definitely want this equipped for sure. Super Mario Bros. 2, as weird as it was, introduced a cool mechanic where you could crouch and wait for like a second, and then you'd be able to jump super high. You guessed it, Mario Wonder has a badge that does exactly that. The crouching high jump badge is actually super useful, as a lot of platforms in this game are super high, typically requiring you to do a wall jump or bounce on an enemy. But all of this violence can now be avoided. Simply crouch, wait for a second, and then jump. Look how high it goes! This one's actually very useful, and I found myself using it all the time during my first playthrough. Speaking of another badge I keep using all the time, the boosting spin jump is some sort of propeller mushroom clone. As you fall down, if you push the R button, Mario will do this little spin jump and gain a little bit of altitude. This is great when you underestimate a jump and you're about to die. Like, you think you're gonna fall, but then bada bing bada boom, you don't. Obviously, you can also use it to simply jump higher in every situation, which is why it is so dang useful. And also, it allowed me to beat this stage without touching this annoying coin, so you know, I had to give the badge props for that. Here's another badge that allows you to jump a bit higher. Remember how Luigi worked in New Super Luigi U? Well, he was a bit floaty in the air and jumped higher than his bro Mario. Everyone can now do just that with the floating high jump badge. This one makes reaching platforms way easier and crossing gaps way less stressful. No longer will you wonder if you're going to make it to the other side of that endless pit, because you definitely will. The badge works all the time, even during wall jumps, making it truly powerful. But I still can think of one badge that I like even more. After clearing the first few levels in the game, you'll enter this house and will be given your first badge, the Parachute Cap. This new badge allows Mario and his friends to grab their hat and use it as a parachute to glide in the air and cover more distance. Plus, it looks super funny too. I mean, who can dislike that? Mario holding onto a big hat. Now this is something I want in every Mario game. As I played the game and tried all of the cool badges, I always found myself getting back to this one. Maybe it's because it's the first one that was given to us, I don't know, but still, I use this one more than every other badge in the game. It is good for every single occasion. It saves your life, it allows you to move faster, and it looks pretty funny. What more do you need? Hey, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you agree with my choices? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, bye!